Hello, James. I'm delighted to be chatting with you. I've waited, it seems like ages for this. Been really looking forward to it.
Yes,
How was you, sir?
I'm good today. I'm good today. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
That's my
I
pleasure. Whereabouts
appreciate
are you
it.
based in the Great Northwest?
Uh, I say the Great Northwest, but it's the Seattle area,
Okay.
and uh, it's like halfway between Vancouver, BC, and Portland. Right there, it's about 3 hours each way.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I originally grew up in Michigan, just north of Ann Arbor,
Yeah.
and grew up on a lake. It was just pretty idyllic. That's where I started my career in IT, was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And then eventually by the late 90s, I got relocated working for another company, a big company
Yeah.
in IT.
Yeah.
I was in the network consultant and sales, technical sales,
Yeah.
and then partnerships and whatnot. And anyway, so they moved me out here to Seattle with my family, and
Yeah.
um, we've been here ever since. So there you go.
Oh, okay. How long were you working in IT for to get that sort of level? I imagine a good
About
few
40.
years.
Yeah, 45. I
Yeah.
started it pretty young. I started in um 77. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, it was quite a ride. Um I have an English degree in creative writing
That's from Michigan.
in Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
My wife went to Michigan, so I mean, it's come on, you look at the two schools right next to each other, and I have to root for Michigan because Eastern just doesn't have a football team. So it's
Okay.
not, I mean, have a football team, but it's not that good.
Okay.
There you
I'm
go.
going to focus on your writing, James. But before I get there, tell me, besides
Hmm.
writing, what hobbies do you have? What do you do for fun?
I like to play tennis, golf, that kind of stuff. I read a lot,
Hmm.
but other than that, my book probably takes up, or books, between marketing them and promoting them and writing them,
Yeah.
probably 40 or 50 hours a week.
Oof, that's full time.
Yeah, I know. I'm right. I'm retired. I know it's a lot more work than I anticipated,
Okay.
but I'm having fun with it. So that's what counts.
That's the main thing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you were kind enough to send me a copy of Blades of Destiny with this brilliant
Hmm.
character, Brianna Ban. She's at the heart
Yes.
of the story, which I'm thoroughly enjoying at the moment. I'm still reading.
Yeah.
And this is part of
Excellent.
a series, the Dàn Cycle. Tell me more. How many
Yes.
books are in the series? Tell me more.
Okay. So Dan is not really Dan, it's Dawn. If
Yeah,
you know if you can follow any sort of Gaelic.
yeah,
So the accent on the
yeah.
A is draws it out and it
The
makes it
Dawn
Dawn
Cycle.
cycle.
Okay.
Yeah. And but in English, I just say Destiny Cycle was easier.
Okay.
Um, Originally, it was one book, was started in the 90s, known as Stone of Destiny.
Yeah.
Um, and I had a dream about the scene, and I was like, it's got to be Norse against Gales. Um, and then it's got to be in Ireland, because it's just lush and green, and they got great, mythology, and it
Yeah.
just sort of happened. But then life was happening as well. And so I'm trying to write this, and life is happening, and kids are happening. And so I finished it, put it down. And then when I retired, I picked it up and I said, wow, I really like rushed through that.
Yeah.
And so all the scenes felt rushed, and it wasn't very good and needed editing. And so I split the book in two, created Blades of Destiny, then updated Stone of Destiny.
Yeah.
And they kind of hang together as almost a duology.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a sort of major, um, we'll call an event
Yeah.
in Brianna's life, that brings about the Heart of Destiny. And so I try to stick pretty close to mythology wise to all things Celtic myths, Tuatha gods.
Yeah.
Um, like in my shield crest, that's the sword of light.
Brilliant image.
But the blades of destiny are totally made up by me. I mean, I
Okay.
just created that. Same thing with
Yeah.
the heart of destiny. I
Yeah.
mean, who creates? I mean, like that's kind of cruel if you think about it.
Yeah.
But so goddess Danu has created this goddess in a gem, a ruby heart shaped gem, and that she becomes Creedon, yeah, that's how you would say it, Creedon. Um, and by the way, in the back of the book, there is a characters, places, terms guide with pronunciations.
That's
So
always useful.
if you're ever wondering like
Yeah,
how the hell do I say that, you can
yeah,
just go to
yeah.
the back of the book and you can find it.
That's really useful
Uh,
indeed.
but now there are some spoilers there. There are gonna be there'll be a few
And that's why is
spoilers
that
for
at
the
the back
French.
rather than the front.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That
Anyway,
makes sense.
that's what that was my editors decided that that would be best.
Okay.
And I was like, because it used to be in the front, and she said, no. You put that in the back. We're getting right to the story. So,
Okay.
um, anyways, it is now 3 books, soon to be 4. I'm working on Warriors of Destiny, and then I'll finish it out with Immortals of Destiny.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
It's
So
got
it's been a
legs.
lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
the whole world building, it's lush with Gaelic texture. Is this based on
Yeah.
your have you got Irish roots? Obviously, I'm looking at the what's the word for that? What you're wearing there on the
It's
side?
called Flair.
A
This is
flare.
the Flair.
Okay.
Flair.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a quarter Scot from my father's mother's side.
Yeah.
They came from Scotland in mid 1600s,
Oh yeah.
and then they were in New York.
Yeah.
And then one of the sons, 100 grandsons, great grandsons, whatever, 100 and some odd years later, ends up in the Civil War fighting for the North and earns himself a homestead
Yeah.
in Michigan, north of about an hour and change north of Ann Arbor. And one of my other ancestors, French Canadian, did the same thing, fighting for the North,
Yeah.
and got a homestead in the same place, a little
Yeah.
town called Bertrand. And Edward and Clara were within spitting distance, and they met and married. And so that's how Raquepau, which is a very French Canadian name,
Yeah.
became a quarter Scot. We're Clan Ferguson. These are the
Okay.
colors.
Brilliant.
A little tidbit. What do you call the region just northwest of you in Scotland, which is the little finger region that everything's reaching out into the sea? It's not the Highlands because the Highlands are the Highlands.
The
I
Hebrides.
can't remember. Aberdeen, yeah, maybe.
Hebrides, maybe.
Yeah, yes, probably. It was originally called Dalrita
Yeah.
by King Fergus,
Yeah.
and he had part of his kingdom was in northeast Ireland, and the other part was in the Hebrides, but he called Dalrita.
Okay.
And then he gave up his lands in Ireland and focused solely on Scotland. And so that's where the origins of the Fergusons come from.
Okay. Well, the
So,
settings of Blades of Destiny is the 5th century Ireland. I'm
yeah.
surprised now what you mentioned that you're not set it more in Scotland
Oh, well, I get there,
because
but
there's more. Is there
it's
more myth? There's more mythology based
well,
in
so
Northern
it's
Ireland.
well because there's more mythology to me in Ireland,
Yeah.
and it goes back farther. And the whole Tuatha God pantheon is kind of key to the storyline. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why I chose Ireland. I mean, and I love it. I've been there
Oh,
many times, and
okay.
uh, in fact, we even took a 10-day trip in the mid '90s to see where the setting was going to be.
Yeah.
So we landed in Northern Ireland and drove down through the Lakes District. It was just as the troubles were mostly dying down. And then we went all over Ireland to see all the places that I was writing about,
Yeah.
and I could visualize it in my head.
Yeah. It
And
makes it more authentic, doesn't it? I think if
yeah,
you've got the image
a
there.
bit. Yeah, you got it in your head. It's cool. A little something that most people don't know is where did the Gaels come from in Ireland? No, they actually came from northern Spain
Well, I
in
didn't
a
know that.
region known as Galicia or
Yeah.
Galicia, depending on how you want to say it.
Yeah.
And that's in the northwest part of Spain on the coast.
Huh?
And the sons of Mill left probably, I don't know, 2,500 years ago.
Oh,
Excuse me, and sailed north.
okay.
So there you go.
Can I mention within dipping in the novel, you use a thing called the void power, and in the
Hmm. Hmm.
story, it's great for me. It's like a cinematic concept. I can see and hear like a
Mhm,
powerful melody, seeing this on the big screen, along with like a shimmering sort of special effect.
mhm.
Is it your ambition to see all the works of this on the big screen? It
Oh,
looks like to me
I
like
would love
every
it.
writer's dream.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But my first thing is I want lots of readers to love it. So
Right.
that's the first my first goal was my readers, and the
Yeah.
second goal would be that's the secondary goal. I actually got that question even this morning on
Yeah.
social media. So kind
Okay.
of interesting. That came up twice.
Yeah.
But yes, it would be. The void is um, uh, sort of like the site in near time versus in far time,
Yeah.
right? So seeresses use the site, warriors use the void. It's it's all like part of the same magical subsystem. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you like are familiar with like Brandon Sanderson's um, rules of magic, but there's hard magic. And then there's what he calls soft magic, and this is all soft magic.
Yeah.
Hard magic is like you actually use. I know he has this series called Mistborn, where they have to use metals to drive their magic.
Yeah.
And then once you consume the metals, you got to go get more, and so that's hard magic. And soft magic is you still have a set of rules,
Yeah.
right? So in this case, all of the rules are elemental magic. So, fire, air, earth, water.
Yeah.
And then the fifth element is spirit. So they all have um, similar limitations. And what can a druid do with those? And then there's the magic of the gods, which is more of the sight and time and things like that, right? And the void. And so being able to seize the void, she can see seconds ahead of her opponent,
Okay.
right? Um, where if she was a seeress, she could look forward in time or backwards in time and see the wheel, the what I call the cycle of time, to see what's going to happen, could happen. There's many threads of the future,
Yeah.
but there's only one past. And then, can you do anything about the past? Which is sort of something that comes about in the third book.
Okay.
Um, because gods can go backwards and forwards in time
Yeah.
and appear anywhere. Their pantheon has been before, but impacting the world is really difficult because you're just a god
Yeah.
and you have no followers in that time, likely, and you can't bring anybody with you. You're just you're you're a god or a goddess. And that's kind of like the magic system foundation that I'm working from,
Okay.
except Brianna sort of breaks that mold
Yeah.
in the third book. But we'll get there.
Okay.
So Blades of Destiny is really focused on swaying the foundation of who she is,
Yeah.
where she comes from, what drives her. There is a romance aspect to it with her and Owen. So her and Owen, grew up together, and he's always had something for
Childhood
her, but
sweethearts.
yeah, kind of, but not her, because she's
Yeah.
always had her Gias driving
Yeah.
her, which
Yeah.
is she's got to stop, her father, the Dreadlord.
Yeah.
So it's like, anyways.
Okay.
So Blade sets the foundation. I've had a
Yeah.
couple people pick up book three and start to read it, and I go, who picks up book three? Like what, do you know how to count? One, two, three?
You mentioned
That's
that
right.
your the ambition is, to build up the readership, to get the reaction for readers who are enjoying the read. What reaction have you had from readers so far? Has it been pleasant? Has,
It's all
encouragement?
very positive.
Yeah.
It's all very positive. Everybody seems to love it. I need more reviews, and anybody who listens to this and gets the book and reads it, give me a review, please. That
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah. It's
Um,
that one of the hardest things. Someone might tell you personally on social media,
yeah,
love the book. Please write a review.
yeah,
It might take you 2 minutes, even if it's just 3 words. Love the book.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. So
and
a
it
little
does
bit,
count, doesn't it,
just
to build you up on
take a
the
moment.
algorithm.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I'm focused at now. Is like getting into book clubs and
Yeah. Yeah.
finding bloggers and podcasts and trying to spread the word. Um,
What social media are
uh,
you using? Using all the platforms,
uh,
you know?
Everything,
Yeah.
you name it, I'm on.
Facebook.
Um,
I know I've friended.
yeah,
I've sent you a friend
Facebook,
request on Twitter. I haven't seen you on
sure,
Facebook.
but yeah, I'm on Facebook,
Yep.
author James Raquepau, IG James Raquepau,
Yep.
yeah, Instagram, TikTok James dot Raquepau. What else? I'm under Destiny Cycle books on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
and I actually have a composer who works with me. And I don't know if you've gotten to the song and the book
Yep.
yet.
I've looked at the YouTube, the music on YouTube, the song.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, the song's on YouTube. So now my composer is also doing um, under Bards of Destiny
Mm,
on Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple. Um, Soundtrack for book one is done,
yeah.
and we just released the second track of book two, Song of Destiny, and we'll drop the third track in probably late November. So that's been a lot of fun because you can use I get to use the music. I do shorts,
Yeah.
and I have some sort of video avatar or video with words with music in the background. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like how do you bring yet a little bit more cinematically to life. I have book trailers. I have animated book covers. I actually took this cover, Blades of Destiny,
Yeah.
and said, since I have the cover art, I uploaded it into AI animation system called Kling. It's
Yeah.
a large LLM, and automated, or not animated her casting balefire at the demons
Yeah.
in that scene, and that came out really well. I mean, I was like, oh
It's
wow,
scary how good it
that
is,
was
isn't it?
good.
AI. I've tried it myself with my
Yeah,
novel.
yeah, yeah.
It is. It's like, whoa, couldn't do that a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's great for marketing. I don't like
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
anything with it with writing because
But
writing
how do you
is
balance that? How do you balance it? Because I mean, you can, in theory, go full time on social media. Take your whole week, spend nothing but activity on social media. How do you balance that with the writing?
it's difficult.
Yeah.
I will admit it's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
But um, I'm just about finished with the first chapter of Warriors of Destiny, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's book
It
number
turned out really well. That's number four.
number four. Okay.
Yeah. So it goes one, two,
Yeah.
and three. This is Heart of Destiny.
Okay. The covers are
So
absolutely brilliant. Do you want to mention who's doing the illustrations for you?
this is my the illustrator in Ukraine,
Okay.
and then she just did book four for me.
Ooh, wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the cover is on my website,
They're brilliant.
Destiny DestinyCycle.com. Interesting thing about those two the Heart of Destiny and Warriors of Destiny, is the character in the middle, or lower right hand corner, is my second granddaughter as a character.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the Warriors of Destiny, the two characters below Brianna
Yeah.
are my other two granddaughters, my eldest,
Wow.
Izzy,
Oh, I bet they're
and
loving
my
that.
third, Livy. So
Yeah.
I have three characters,
Yeah.
and they get to say, and I did a book signing, and um, the two granddaughters who were near the bookstore,
Yeah.
um, who are sisters. Livy and Lottie, they came in and they kept saying, "That's me," and then the other one would go, "That's me." They're like 4 and 6. It's great.
Absolutely.
I
It's
love
such a
it.
great age, that is. Yeah, you can have a proper conversation with them and things. And yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
best time
yeah.
ever
Like
for
when
that
they
age.
can't read it until they're 16.
Of
So,
course, yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, it's adult themes, aren't they, throughout?
yeah,
Can I ask you about your writing routine? Have you got a little room there on your own? Do you have like a set time or whenever the
yeah, yeah.
inspiration
No, no,
comes
I
to you?
don't. I write like anytime I've got like an idea, and they come up like all the time.
Yeah.
Like I just came up with a scene for Warriors of Destiny. That yeah, no one will remember this if they hear it, but so Brianna is very anti one God,
Yeah,
i.e., Christianity, right? Or anything that would be like that.
yeah,
So she would have been an anti-Muslim as well, but and she'd probably be anti-Jewish because they went towards monotheism. Anything that was monotheism, she was like totally against, because she worships a pantheon known as the Tuatha. So she gets she has to handle St. Patrick, who's now St. Patrick, for the High King of Ireland in that time, and it's like we're going to put him out on the West Coast so he can't like impact too many people. He was a hostage in our system for a number of years, and he's back, and we just can't kill him. So just put him in a safe place. So he's out in this safe place in the near Galway, and it's not so safe. And so there's a whole thing in books, both Stone and Blades of Destiny, about this race called Fomorians. They were a seagoing race that basically fought against the Tuatha. And so in the second book, yeah, she deals them a Brianna deals them a pretty heavy blow, and so now there's kind of like the remnants of them end up infecting and we call them I call them demons, which you probably hit one of those scenes.
yeah.
So those demons actually end up infecting the Christians, and Brianna has to call her new sister Bridget to help cast out the demons. And a miracle happens, and it's actually a dozen miracles happen because they cast out a dozen demons,
Yeah.
and St. Patrick declares Saint Brianna and Saint Bridget as having created miracles. So he's writing to Rome
Yeah.
that they should both be sainted. Now, of course, Brianna wants nothing to do with this. Bridget thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of scene that you can have some fun with.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times, epic fantasy can get too serious.
Yeah.
So I like my characters to have uncomfortable moments that are
Yeah.
uh, would be humorous to anybody else but the character.
Can I go off on a tangent slightly? We
Sure.
mentioned being on the big screen. Do you see that you've created the rich world there, the rich characters? Do you ever see it going on to different formats, like graphic novels, perhaps even, fantasy games?
It could. Excuse me. It's a little too semi-historical based for that. I mean, I do audiobooks.
Yeah.
I'm just coming out with
Who's doing that?
Heart
Are
of
you doing
Destiny,
the narration or
and
is somebody else doing the narration?
I didn't do the name. I have actually it was really funny. I use this group called um, Authors Republic, that will take care of all the distribution, and they have a small overhead fee, and they find you the narrators.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so I pick out this one narrator, and I say, "So where are you from?" And she says, "I'm from Lakewood, Washington,"
Yeah.
which is like maybe 30, 40 minutes from me.
Yeah. That's handy.
And she ended up doing a great job on all three books. So
Excellent.
I'm really pleased with that. And
Yeah.
so I have paperbacks, hardbacks, only on Amazon for the hardbacks.
Kindle as well. You've got the
Um,
ebook.
ebooks, all kinds of, I don't care. It's
Yeah.
Kindle, it's Apple, it's Google, it's Barnes and Noble. I also go through Ingram Spark, um, which is international.
Yeah.
So that basically any bookstore who, if you want to go to your bookstore and order a paperback version or a
Yeah.
hardback version, no, paperback version only with them, you can do that.
Massively available.
Yeah,
Excellent.
massively.
Yeah. Looks like we're running low on time now. And maybe just a
Okay.
final question. I could chat to you for hours, really could, but time always
Sure.
sort of
We can
disappears.
do this again if you want. I don't
We
care.
can, we can maybe, yeah, maybe on the next release. So yeah, mate, let's make it regular.
Yeah.
But the final question from me is, it sounds to me like you got a vast experience there. What advice would you give to a new aspiring writer?
I see this a lot on Threads and Instagram. Um, I'm ready to publish my book, but is it ready? And um, I have to ask the question: Did you find an editor? And
Yeah, of
unfortunately,
course.
editors are expensive, and
Yeah.
you can screw it up. And I did screw it up.
No.
I chose an editor supposedly uh, uh, had good reviews on Reedsy of all places. I mean, Reedsy or any one of those author um, reviewer sites will usually have some um, sort of, it's like a referral service.
Mm.
Anyways, he was terrible
Yeah.
um, for what he charged. And what I learned is like you can have a developmental editor,
Yeah.
and then you can have a line editor, and then you could have um, proofreader.
Mm.
Um, what I learned is start with a developmental editor. They'll bring in the right line editor for you. In fact, I had one line editor that I worked with Holly, and Holly's my main editor.
Yeah.
And we did the first two books. When we got to the third one, Heart of Destiny, um, I won't say her name, but she kind of went crazy on, I didn't like the character, and
Yeah.
Brianna was a little too angry, and um, anyways, I was like, at some point, I said, Holly, gotta go.
Mm.
I need a new line editor.
Mm.
She said, well, I was getting that sense that things weren't working out. So I have someone else. Let me bring in Sigfrid. So Sigrid was great, and Heart of Destiny turned out to be absolutely fabulous, all because of them.
Yeah.
So so I just re-released with them Blades of Destiny and Stone of Destiny as revised editions,
Right.
and then Heart of Destiny came like 2 weeks after that, all in July. And so now I've been out promoting everywhere, the whole series, because I really feel much better about all three books because
Mm.
they're all now consistent, same point of view
Oh, yeah.
handling,
Yeah.
um,
Same style.
uh,
Style of
same
editing.
style.
Yeah.
Everything just flows really well together from one book to the next book to the next book.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
spoken to a lot of writers, and a few of them, new writers, they make the mistake of saying, I don't need an editor. And I think
yeah, yeah,
100% you
yeah.
do. You need a fresh pair of eyes. You can't see your own typos. Your mind sort of knows so familiar with the text. It disappears. Any type mistakes.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Even if you use Grammarly, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
or something like that. I
yeah,
mean, it doesn't catch things if your syntax is slightly wrong.
yeah.
Um, it's not wrong enough for it to
True.
see it as
Yeah,
knowing what's wrong,
yeah,
but it's not seeing it because there's a word that's missing.
yeah.
That happens. But then again, things like character development,
Mm.
um, the flow of scenes, like developmental editors are just looking at the big picture. Like I had a scene that I opened the book with, which is now on my website as a blog post. And I would do this with a number of chapters, either at the beginning or the end, whereas the gods sitting up in their realm
Mm.
having a discussion amongst themselves.
Yeah,
And they were like, it's cutting into getting to the action. If they come into Ireland, if they
yeah,
come into the physical world,
yeah.
that's fine to have the gods there. But don't go off into this fairyland where there's none of the main characters are there. There's just these spurious gods. And I was like, okay,
Mm.
so we're cutting those out. I was like, eek.
Mm.
Okay. And it flows a hell of a lot better. So just saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
editor. That's my biggest thing.
They know things.
Yeah.
Excellent. As I mentioned, it looks like time has caught up with us.
Okay.
But listen, I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you, and let's keep in touch.
Sure.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
book another
absolutely.
one for the near future.
Sure. Maybe we can do one in um, when I finish Warriors of Destiny and hand it off to my editors,
Okay,
because that way I can say, okay,
what's your
it's
time plan
probably
for
going to
that?
be like April,
Yeah,
April-ish,
sounds good.
maybe
I'm making a
May,
note now.
somewhere in there. Yeah, April, May,
Okay.
because enough of the book would be laid down. And if you want, when you get done with Blades of Destiny, if you want me to send you um, Stone of Destiny. They hang together. You
Yeah.
should have read them both.
Well, I was saying now, can you do that now, please, or when we finish?
Sure,
Send
sure.
me
When we're finished.
definitely.
So, yeah, you like ebooks or you like PDF?
Probably PDF.
Okay. Because I can do any ebook or I can do PDF. I think I sent you
PDF will do.
PDF before.
You did,
Okay.
yeah, you did.
Awesome.
All right. But listen,
That's easy.
as I say, please go away and enjoy the rest of your weekend. But thank you very much for spending time with me.
Yeah. And you'll let me know where this posts.
I will do, yeah. I will do, James.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye for
Okay.
now.
Thanks so much. Cheers. Bye
Bye.
for now.